Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to Play by Email 6 turn 54! Alright. Let's see what happens in here. What happens is almost something that I like. Almost something that I like. The barbarian did attack the scout. Barbarian did attack the scout. Alright, let's check out the comments first as usual. So, let's go. Nick, for your capital tile growth, I'm pretty sure after it goes to the cow next turn, it will then go to the iron. Well, it is not going for the iron, surprisingly. It's not going for the iron, it's actually going to lovely grassland tiles, because why the hell not? Oh, governors are just so stupid sometimes, is beyond belief. Hold off on buying the silver. I'm not sure right now if that's such a wise option. Then I need a piece of paper. There we go. I need a piece of paper and something to write. Oh, kitty cat. Something to write. Oh, great. Actually, something. Oh, there we go. There's something to write. It was all the time in here. There we go. So, let's get some decisions first. I'm gonna make a first straw poll in here about that one. Do we buy the iron? Do we buy the iron in the capital and silver? Do we buy that or do we not buy that? This is going to be the first straw poll, the first question I would want to ask you. Now, plus and minus basically. First of all, we've got mine improved, so for the next 13 turns we're going to work on those tiles in here. I'm not sure if actually sacrificing this one hammer is worth it for one culture and one fate. On the other side, we're going to plant here relatively soon. And we'll probably need to buy the silver in here. So in my imagination right now, I think the better option is actually to spend the gold on this silver and this silver, because I have huge doubt that governor will again pick this that he will pick the silver tiles, because he's gonna want to go probably to get the horses. Then he'll probably gonna go, I bet he's gonna go to get like coastal tiles or something like that. So I think like the best option to use our gold right now is to buy silver in this city, in the Lake Victoria city. It will grow easily to population 3 like in no time. So it's gonna work those two silver insanely fast. And I'm even considering building not a granary or just a worker in this city first, because the first cargo ship is going to be there in a very long time. We could leave one unit in here. A scout perhaps should be more than enough to protect those tiles from barbarians, especially if we're going to use the city shots to do that. Alright, but let's stick to the comment from Nick first. Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to buy the silver in Victoria, and you may end up buying more tiles in Victoria to get more hammers as it grows. Exactly. So the question is, the first straw poll that we're going to make is are we going to buy the silver in the capital, which I highly doubt that any of you would like to agree and buy that stuff, or we leave the gold for the Victoria City basically. So that's going to be the first one. All right. Go. Pretty good movement yours, although you said it was ridiculously long travel time to the West Silver, but it was only 4 turns versus 3 turns from previous spot to get the gems. I was here 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to get this silver. You're probably correct, but I'm just super afraid. Now, I'm super afraid. We've got only one worker, okay? We've got only one worker, and I gotta say that We've got only one worker. I have a tremendously bad feeling that if we're gonna move here without protection, the worker just gonna die. He's just gonna die. My idea on moving the workers totally depend on chopping the river forest, mining silver, and making a horse pasture. A horse pasture next to Victoria for the hammers, and also to have a pasture so the city can build stables. If you don't want to chop the river forest, it's not worth it. I think a river forest for 20 hammers is totally worth it. You can keep the others. Stropole. Stropole. Okay, fair enough. So this is the first stropole. Second stropole is, do we chop the forest on the river in Lake Victoria, at Lake Victoria. Okay, fair enough. I agree with that. Let's make a stropole for that. I would like to, okay, I'm not gonna say what I want. I think I'm gonna say what I think. I think it's a much better idea to leave this forest. I'm like, this city will have tons of food. Lake Victoria will allow to work 2 mines without any problems at population 3, and still leaves 2 food excess, plus a granary that's 4 food, and the next styles it can work is horse, so that's 6 food, right? That's 6 food excess. Cow, 7 food. Cow, 8 food. And silk, so 8 food goes down to 7 excess food, plus the fish later on, so that's 12, so that's plus 5 eventually, so that's 12, 7 plus 3, 10 excess food. Just working those tiles, just it's gonna, wait a second, yeah, I make the math correctly. So 10 food excess in this city. This city will probably don't even need a cargo ship to grow, because before the cargo ship will arrive in here, the city will already be at the population it actually needs to be. So we're probably gonna have a free cargo ship anyways in here, thanks to the Lake Victoria, which is amazing. Then we're gonna have those farms that we can farm for food. I believe Lake Victoria is freshwater, so you can leave this forest and just let it be, and use a cargo ship if we really want to for this city. If we're eventually going to plant this city in here, we can use it to get the stuff in here. That's just my opinion on that. So I don't think that chopping that is a necessary thing, because even with working 2 forests later on, we're going to drop down to plus 8 food, excess food, plus tradition stuff, and it's going to be amazingly good city, really. As for the tech, one advantage in going for the wheel is you can build a watermill in the Victoria city after the granary. You're 100% right, the chairs are necessary. All archers next tech should probably be wheel or masonry, or calendar can wait. Well, we've got still 3 turns. I would propose we chat a little bit more about our tech path. I propose we chat a little bit more about the tech part. I sincerely think that the wheel, I don't know, maybe let's just get calendar done. Let's get calendar done, so actually when we're going to plant the cocoa, it should go there relatively soon. 4 turns to build, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and plant. So we could use that extra happiness, right, relatively soon. I mean, like, worker is going to improve the gems, so that's going to be plus 4. So we're going to be still at plus 15. We can trade away the silver at some point, or we already traded away the silver. We already traded away the silver for truffles. So you've got that excess happiness. We're going to probably get more. I think calendar is like a viable choice right now to get it done. So we're going to get the extra happiness from the cocoa later on. We're going to get a golden age relatively soon too. And prepare like silk as a luxury is also a wise choice. I don't know. I'm opting for calendar. Let's have a discussion for one more turn basically. And then we're going to make stropole on the next tech choice. What do you want to do? So let's have first option from Nick. calendar, not calendar, but wheel as the next tech path. As for quarries, that's fine too, but I actually don't think you're going to work your capital quarries for a very long time. My guess is that when you get the cargo ship and granary, you're going to want to get to 5 pop and then work 5 mining tiles, 3 silver, copper. Yeah, probably you're right about that. As for the city name, the only request I make is not to call it Victoria. Keep the Northwest secret for as long as possible. Don't put in the chronicle either. Not Victoria, that's your... Well, how many in optimally we've got 1, 2, 3. In 3 turns we're gonna plant the settler in here. So 3 turns are left in here to plant the settler, most probably. So we've got 2 turns. You guys have 2 turns to propose the name for our 3rd city, basically. Alright, Sidri, careful long speech. Science, I think you should change your strategy now. Look at cities, you definitely need stables. 4 resources in capital, 4 in 2nd, 4 in 3rd, 8 in 4th, and some in 5th cities. Why do you go to masonry? You have 15 happy, don't worry about calendar now, don't worry about stones, go to pastures ASAP and be hammer leader. Alright, so that's the tech proposition from Sidri. Horseback, right? It's called horseback. Horseback, so that kind of coincides with Nick as well, because the wheel is on the road to horseback as well, and probably you guys are right, but this is hell of a long ride to get to horseback riding. 18 turns. 18 turns. Get the pastures down. 28, 38 turns, actually 38. 41 turns to get there. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a long ride for the tech. Bad scout move, about 80% chance the barb will come that way where your last unit moves, so you should move the scout left to let the barb follow you from the settler. Well, as you can see, the move was not that bad. I'm gonna fortify in here in hopes that the next turn this barbarian will actually still attack over the river. He should. The settler will, the scout will survive it without any problems. I hope that this barb will move here actually to get the silver, so he'll not go anywhere else, and I will have a chance to get the warrior into this position, and then hope that no barb will spawn on this side, so nobody's gonna move in here and block off. This way I can probably, well, actually I like my scout move that I made. I think that was correct. Worker have 2 purposes: cattle in capital into horse and brillianto very soon, or silver in victory, which must buy right after settling. Both ways better than improving gems in barb city. After 14 turns for settler, silverado must grow, and cow was best tile for it. Then brillianto can work on copper tile and other citizen on horse tile or on the cattle. Alright, I don't agree with that, Sidri. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And now, why do I not agree with that? Well, the first reason is, as Nick says, I'm most probably gonna work the 3 hills in here. Now, as I said, we've got -4 food right now. -4 food. I don't really want to grow. The next policy is gonna be in 12 turns. So in 12 turns I got +2 food. So I'm only missing 2 food. Now, when I'm gonna get the granary up, I don't want to work any of these tiles without hammers. What I want to do is pick a granary. I want to pick a granary and I want to make a cargo ship as fast as possible. I want to get those hammers. The hammer value and standard speed is just so much better than anything else. So we're gonna have a potential to work 3 hills and get the cargo ship ASAP in here. And I do not agree as well on the build order in the Lake Victoria city. I think the worker will be much more important right now. Also, to get the hammers done as quickly as possible, improve the hammers first, get a granary, and then get something else. I think it's gonna coincide correctly with the cargo ship, right? This city is gonna have 1 hammer first. It's gonna grow It's gonna grow. How much was on first level? I believe there was like what, 16 or something like that. So with 6, that's probably 3 turns to population 2. 3 turns to population 2. 3 turns. So 3 turns, that's 1 hammer on 3 turns. So that's 3. Then we're gonna work. Then we're gonna have 4 excess food. 4 excess food. Then we're gonna have 4 excess food. So that's gonna be 4 times 6. So for 6 turns, we're gonna have 3 hammers because we're gonna buy the silver most probably. So that's 18. So we've got already 21. 21 plus on. Then we're gonna have 5 hammers for how much? As long as we want. So then we're gonna have 5 hammers. So we're gonna have 21. 21. The worker is 70. So we've got 50 left. So that's 10 turns. So in 16 turns we're gonna have a worker. 16 turns we're gonna have a worker, and then granary is gonna be on 5. 10, 12 turns. 12 turns. 12 turns, so that's 28 turns. Wait a second, I messed something up. 10 turns here. So no, that's 19 turns. Alright, 19 turns plus 12 turns, so that's 31 turns. Okay, so that's 31 turns to get a worker and granary up in that city. And now we're gonna be here locked into a cargo ship position for 13, 18 turns. 18 turns plus cargo ship 100 with probably 10, 18 for 28 turns. So I think that's absolutely perfect. This is gonna coincide perfectly. We're gonna have a worker in 19 turns, so it can start working the stuff relatively soon. Then we're gonna have a granary that we don't really want to get that happy that growth that much really fast. So the worker can start improving stuff, and then we're gonna have a granary relatively soon for the timing for the couple to actually have a first cargo ship up and running. We maybe can even fit in something else if this is going to be necessary, basically. So I think the worker, build order worker, is the correct choice. But let's do a straw poll about the build order in the Victoria City too. I'm gonna do a lot of straw polls in here, and my proposition is, so we've basically got worker into granary or granary into a worker, because we definitely need to get a worker there. I say worker into granary is the best option at the moment. Alright. Cargo ship you can construct in Brilliant after archers and switch to Victory. Capital worker should go to Fort City and fast improve cattle or horses for stables, and build order and force something like scout, stables, granary. Stables will be amazing. The problem with stables, Sidri, is you need to improve you need to improve that. Well, I do want to get archers in Brilliante right now, and I want to get tons of archers because this city does not need a granary whatsoever. Relatively quickly, but I definitely don't want to lock this city from building archers. And this is already 26 turns, and we need a cargo ship in 31 turns. Getting a cargo ship in time for Lake Victoria City, we're gonna have 100. We're gonna have 100. So 100, it's 10, 20, 25 turns. So we will only have 1 archer, and I want to have more archers. I want to have more archers in this city. I don't believe that build order is correct. And later on, if we do have the archers, I can send this worker after improving gems. I can send it there if we're actually going to go for stables. So it's going to get the gems done. Maybe it's going to get the horses done too. Like in 2 turns, we're going to get 1 horse or the other. And then we can work on other stuff in here. we might as well try to grow into population 3 eventually, but I think like the hammers right now is so much more beneficial than anything else at this particular moment. But improving the horses might be a wise choice eventually in here. Oh wow, 20 minutes already. Whew. Okay, we need to get this done faster. I would move scout to the west, scout some citrus surroundings. You can say for sure there is no more land on the north of Barb Camp, so now when you draw Barb to your scout, somebody could possibly get there and grab the ruin from you. While before Barbs were around with protecting, I doubt you get problem getting your settlers to the spot. Best third city should be called Shumopolis, since I was the one who proposed it. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the city names. City name, first proposition, Shumopolis. I do believe that you're gonna agree with me that my scout movement was better right now. Well, we're gonna figure out that next turn, but if that's gonna work, I think the scout movement was actually a little bit better. Nick answers, certainly no one would think it was a very good city if it were called Shumopolis. So good deceptive tactics, yeah, I agree. Then it should be called I Love Shumi. Nah, nobody is gonna vote for I Love Shumi, right? Who loves Shumi, right? And by the way, I wouldn't risk moving scout because barbs can really block the settler for 30 turns. I suppose risk losing ruins is less dangerous than risk of losing good spot for a city. Thank you, Yoruus. Thank you very much. Tell that to Shumi. As for science, masonry, calendar, wheel, philosophy. Maybe philo before the wheel. Okay, so I've got one more proposition for the science. Third option is masonry. Masonry, calendar. Well, let's stick to masonry and then we're gonna choose one. We've got several turns to choose there. So basically we've got two options right now for the tag. We've got wheel by Nick, horseback raiding by Sidri, which coincide with wheel from Nick, and masonry from Shermis. Okay, Morgrim Han. I think the forest hall to be the best spot for Lake Victoria City. It has more hammers than the city over the river. Also, it is harder to attack from land. Only 2 tiles can shoot it without crossing the river, and the swamp to south will be a bitch to move troops through. A nice smooth road along the hills to Lake Victoria City will protect the coastline and provide a nice vantage point from the silver. And silk that can shoot any foolish units to shoot. Okay, to close to the city. The 2 iron will also provide ironworks for later. The tiles that are clouded between the horse and the cow only looks like water, so no loss there. Best regard, hints. Yes and no. Now the problem with this city that I have at the moment is, first, it removes the lumber mill. Secondly, it disallows the use of horse. It takes away the hill and sort of messes up with the plant. It's gonna take away the spots from this city. And yeah, we're gonna miss ironwork in this city, but at the same point we can plant a city in here that will already have all the hills. It will have a cow and it will have an iron relatively fast. So I kinda like this idea a little bit more. Especially, oh, those 2 cities look so good. Those cities look so good. Alright, next one. The coastal Lake Victoria City will have very little production, so why not to settle it inland somewhere on the river and another city on silk later on, Roma? I don't agree. Like the response from Nick as well, it should be very powerful for early game production, which is important for medieval war. 3 silver hills, another hill, a horse, 2 cows. Well, 3 silver hills, you got over yourself a little bit. We're gonna plant in here. It's not gonna have 3 silver hills. It's gonna have 2 silver hills. But another hill, that's absolutely reasonable. A horse, 2 cows, a stable, a lumber mill next to Lake Victoria, and a fishing boat lighthouse. That's 22 hammers right there and can be gotten very early. And Victoria plus cargo ship means huge growth. Yeah, exactly. So Victoria can be a production powerhouse very soon. Its longer potential is more limited, but since we are thinking medieval war versus Germany, Victoria is a good thing. I don't agree this city will have little hammers. It will have enough hammers to crank out the stuff that we'll need, and later on we'll want to just grow the city anyway, so I don't agree that it has less hammers. A city inland is the whole point for city right now is to feed the capital, right? And this is the most important part about the planting cities. So I don't care that much about extra hammers in the second city, because what I do care about is I care about sending a cargo ship into my capital. I care about sending 2 cargo ships into my capital as soon as possible. That's why I'm still debating, do we want to go 5 cities or we do want to go 6 cities. Now 6 city is dragging a little bit, but at the same time a city in here will work the tiles that I want. It will work the silver relatively quickly, it will get the iron relatively quickly, it will provide a road connection on the coast for defense, also vision of the land in here. And most importantly, it will add another cargo ship potential to my capital, which I want, because we are going tradition and our capital needs to work 5 hills and tons of other stuff. So I want the darn food in our capital as soon as possible, because the capital is a plain beast. Before it can work on anything else, it needs to be population 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need to get our capital to population 13 as soon as possible, and I think that's like the most important part of our game plan right now. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm leaning towards like we need 6 cities. We need 6 cities because passing on this land would be amazingly stupid, right? But having only 1 cargo ship to our capital this soon, well now, is also not gonna be cool, because we want more. We want 2 cargo ships to our capital right the hell away, right? So I'm even tempting to send another settler here. I'm tempted to send another settler here and risk these spots. I really am. Do we want to risk those spots? I'm gonna make another stropple. So many stropples. Alright, next stropple. 4th city. Citrus, cocoa, or coast near iron and silver. So we're gonna get that game plan. Right, it's gonna be a big turn, but we're gonna do a lot of stuff to do, right? So cocoa, citrus, somewhere around in here or here for the 4th city spot. Alright, so that's all the comments for now. So let's finish our moves. We're gonna go here. Hopefully the barbarian will still want to attack the weekend scout, so I can move in here. Or do I want to move the scout here, actually, to be 100% sure? It's not gonna kill me. There's no physical way it's gonna kill me. And I can scoot away after, right? I'm attacking right now, and I've got -20, and this is the damage he's gonna deal to me. Shush. I should have streamed this turn, right? I don't want to delay this city. I don't want to delay this city any second. Okay, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move here. Okay, it's done. It's done. I still have much larger combat strength than he has. But it's done, basically. It's done. It's done. So nothing to move here. We're gonna go here. There is extra culture from this city. And we're basically done. So we're reaching the hammers of Germany right now. Food is obviously quite terrible, but we're still cranking out settlers. GNP is nice, and army strength is basically super horrible. So hopefully the archers will mean something later on. Alright, so I guess that's it for this turn then. Yeah, I guess that's it for this turn then. Thank you very much for all the commentaries and all the discussions and all the votes. I hope you do enjoy this game, because I enjoy it very, very much. It's so cool to know opinions of so many people about this particular game, and I really am disappointed myself that I did not get the other play-by emails. My initial idea about the play-by emails was this every single turn discussion, influence from the viewers. So I'm really happy that this is working out, and I hope we're going to continue this as it is, and you and me are going to enjoy this very, very much. Alright, thank you very much for watching one more time. I wish you a good day, good night, good evening, and see you on Saturday hopefully. So best wishes. Yoruus out.